परफेक्ट. सो मी काही सुरू करायच्या आधी मी एक व्हिडिओ प्ले करणार आहे. मग त्याच्यामुळे तुम्हाला कळेल की थोडं की ऑप्शन्स प्रकार काय आहे. तो आय थिंक माझं जर का तुम्ही युट्यूब चॅनल बघितलं असेल तर त्याच्यामुळे मी हा टाकलाय व्हिडिओ. सो इट बी अ रिपीट फॉर यू, बट बेअर विथ मी कारण का सगळ्यांनी नाही बघितलेलं. ओके, एक मिनिट. हे शेअर करायला लागेल मला. एक मिनिट. तुम्हाला ऐकू येतंय का सांगा. ऐकू येते
पण चेहरा दिसत नाहीये.
व्यवस्थित ऐकू येते.
व्हिडिओ दिसत नाहीये फक्त.
मी व्हिडिओ चालू केला माझा आता.
ओके, नाउ यू आर ओके.
हा, नाही आणि हे जे मी शेअर करतो ना त्याच्यासोबत
आवाज नाहीये.
आवाज येत नाहीये.
व्हिडिओ नाही.
अरे बापरे.
हा, विक्रम, ते शेअर केल्यानंतर ना खाली एक शेअर ऑडिओ आणि शेअर असं असतं बघ. ते चेकबॉक्सेस असतात.
हो का?
मेक दॅट चेक.
अच्छा, एक मिनिट. लेट मी सी.
विक्रम, तुझा आवाज मला ऐकू येतोय पण आय डोंट नो व्हाय.
नाही, माझा आवाज नाही येतोय सगळ्यांना. तो व्हिडिओ आहे ना, तर व्हिडिओचा आवाज येत नाही कोणाला. आय थिंक
व्हिडिओचा नाही येते. बरोबर.
तो स्क्रीन शेअर करताना एक खाली चेकबॉक्स असतं, शेअर ऑडिओ.
अच्छा. How do I get back here? Oh my God, it's so annoying. God. All right, I'm trying to get back onto the main menu, but take a minute. I think because I'm sharing. Okay, here we go.
Stop
video sharing la na. Okay, share computer sound. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so hey, आता थोडं पुढे गेलंय, so I'm gonna just, it's a 10-second clip, so I'm just gonna let it run and then we'll start again.
You think it's gonna go up? It's a call. So think of it like this. I call up Ulta Beauty and Tina picks up and I'm like, hey Tina. And Tina's like, okay, but you know what's up. And you're like, Tina, rumor has it that this pallet's about to go up in price. So if I come in tomorrow, can I still buy it at said price? Tina's like, yeah, that's fine. But we do charge a small fee for any items that we keep on hold. And you're like, that's fine, Tina. Charge me. Sure enough, the price does go up. So you run in the store, pick up your items for the said price that you told Tina yesterday, and then you sell it to someone on the way out because you didn't even really want that. Because you called.
Okay, well, I go.
Options are actually really easy to understand. It's kind of like shopping. If you're going to buy an option for a stock you think is going to go up, it's a call. So think of it like this. I call up Ulta Beauty and Tina picks up and I'm like, hey Tina, I want this makeup palette. And Tina's like, okay, but you know what's up. And you're like, Tina, rumor has it that this palette's about to go up. So if I come in tomorrow, can I still buy it at said price? Tina's like, yeah, that's fine. But we do charge a small fee for any items that we keep on hold. That's fine, Tina. Charge me. Sure enough, the price does go up. So you run in the store, pick up your items for the said price that you told Tina yesterday, and then you sell it to someone on the way out because you didn't even really want that makeup palette. And you're just pretty freaking stoked because you called.
कळतंय का तुम्हाला का नाही?
Options are
काय म्हणाली ते कळलं का? का थोडी गडबड झाली? Never mind. I'll just walk through. Looks like काय काय लोकांना ऐकू पण नाही आलं. So I'll just stop this. Okay. So the basic gist त्याची अशी होती की तुम्हाला ऑप्शन म्हणजे त्याचं नाव सांगितल्याप्रमाणे स्टॉक विकत घ्यायच्या ऐवजी स्टॉक विकत घ्यायचा ऑप्शन किंवा स्टॉक विकायचा ऑप्शन, द राईट टू बाय ए स्टॉक or the right to sell a stock. That's the option, right? So directly तुम्ही काय स्टॉक न विकत घेता एक प्रीमियम, त्याचा प्रीमियम भरून तुम्हाला स्टॉक विकत घ्यायचा हक्क मिळतो किंवा तो स्टॉक विकायचा हक्क मिळतो. ओके, दॅट्स द बेसिक प्रेमिस. सो त्याच्यामध्ये त्या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये काय म्हणत होते की हे तिला मेकअप पॅलेट हवे होती, त्यावेळेला $10 मिळणार होती, पण तिला असं वाटलं की उद्या $12 त्याची प्राइस $12 होणार आहे, पण तिने आज $10.50 भरून ते 50 सेंट इज द प्रीमियम शी पेड टू हॅव द राईट, हक्क मिळाला की उद्या जरी $12 झाली त्याची प्राइस तरी तिला $10 मिळेल. दॅट्स बेसिकली ऑप्शन. ओके, पण ते बाईंगचं झालं ऑप्शन. सेलिंग मध्ये टू सेल अ स्टॉक सेम पण उलट असतं. सो यू मे पे, सोबत तुमच्याकडे जर का ऑलरेडी तो स्टॉक असेल आणि तुम्हाला माहिती असेल की उद्या त्याची आज $10 आहे, उद्या प्राइस त्याची $9 होणार आहे. ओके, तर पण तुम्हाला त्याचं प्रोटेक्ट करायचं असेल तर तुम्ही त्याचे पुट्स घेतले. सो यू हॅव द राईट, तुम्हाला हक्क आहे तो $10 विकायचा उद्या जरी त्याची प्राइस $9 झाले तरी, पण त्याच्यासाठी मग तुम्ही 50 सेंट प्रीमियम द्या. ओके, दॅट्स काइंड ऑफ द बेसिक प्रेमिस. पण त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला तुमचं कन्व्हिक्शन की तुमच्या किती तुम्ही तुमच्या मनात किती ते मत किती ठाम आहे की वरती किंवा खाली जाणार आहे ह्याच्यावरती सगळं असतं. ओके, सो with that maybe I'll just walk through a basic exam. Mithila, are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so मी आता हे जरा एक दुसरं शेअर करतो स्क्रीन. ओके, अब हे एक्झाम्पल आहे. ओके, आता सपोज तुम्ही जर का ऑप्शन विकत घ्यायला गेलात तर तुम्हाला काय काय इन्फॉर्मेशन दिसणार आहे. सपोज तुम्हाला टेस्लाचं ऑप्शन विकत, हे मी जरा जुनं आहे पण टेस्लाचं ऑप्शन विकत घ्यायचं आहे तुम्हाला. ओके, तुम्हाला असं वाटतंय आता टेस्लाची आजची प्राइस काय बघूया जरा एक मिनिट. लेटेस्ट टेस्ला प्राइस काय आहे कोणाला माहितीये का?
अराउंड 749.
749, राईट. सो ऑलराइट, सो हे 750 कॉल होता. सपोज उद्या तुम्हाला वाटतं की टेस्ला पुढच्या आठवड्यात 800 पर्यंत जाणार आहे. ओके, मग त्याच्यासाठी तुम्ही टेस्लाचा सपोज एक कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट ऑप्शनचा विकत घ्यायला गेला तर तुम्हाला ते असे वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी दिसतील. सो आता हे जरा जुनं आहे, मार्चचं होतं, पण सपोज उद्याचं घेतलं तुम्ही पुढच्या आठवड्याचं तर तुम्हाला हे वेगवेगळे ऑप्शन्स दिसतील. याच्यामध्ये काय काय आहे ते सगळं सांगतो तुम्हाला मी आता. एक म्हणजे कुठल्या स्टॉकचा तो ऑप्शन आहे. ओके, अंडरलाईंग स्टॉक. दुसरं म्हणजे किती शेअर्स आहेत एका कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट मध्ये. जनरली स्टँडर्ड इज एका ऑप्शन कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट मध्ये 100 शेअर असतात. मग तुम्ही 10 शेअरचा कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट घेऊ शकत नाही, कमीत कमी 100 शेअरचा कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट घ्यायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे ह्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, 100 शेअर्स एका कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट मध्ये. सो 2 कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट घेतले की तुम्हाला 200 शेअर विकत घ्यायचा हक्क मिळतो. ओके, दॅट्स द बॉटम लाईन. पण ह्याच्यामध्ये 200 शेअर, $800 200 शेअर म्हटलं तुम्ही तर तुम्ही बघा म्हणजे किती झाले, 160 $160,000. दॅट्स अ लॉट ऑफ मनी. ओके, त्यामुळे दिस हॅज टू बी मॅनेज प्रॉपरली. दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे ही एक्सपिरेशन डेट. सो ऑप्शनला एक्सपिरेशन डेट असते की त्याच्यानंतर तो हक्क तुमचा जातो. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये मार्च 19 होती, पण आपल्या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये लेट्स से फ्रायडे एक्सपिरेशन आहे, नेक्स्ट वीक फ्रायडे. सो त्याच्यानंतर दॅट ऑप्शन इज वर्थलेस. तोपर्यंत त्या ऑप्शनची काहीतरी व्हॅल्यू असते. मग आहे ते स्ट्राईक प्राइस. म्हणजे तुम्हाला वाटतंय की आता इथे 750 आहे पण लेट्स से आजच 749 आहे. तुम्ही सपोज $800 ऑप्शन कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट घेतलं. सो यू एक्सपेक्ट द प्राइस टू गेट टू 800 नेक्स्ट वीक. आणि मग 800च्या जर का खाली असेल प्राइस एक्सपिरेशनच्या वेळेला तो तुमचा ऑप्शन विल बी वर्थलेस. ओके, तुम्ही यू ओनली मेक मनी when the price at expiration is above the strike price. And the above ka because it's a call option. Call option म्हणजे it is a right to buy. विकत घ्यायचा हक्क आहे तो तुमचा. म्हणून the price of the option of the share has to be above 800. Okay. तसंच ऑन द फ्लिप साइड तुम्हाला का तुम विकायचा हक्क हवा असेल तर पुट घ्यायला लागतं. तर इथे कॉलच्या ऐवजी पुट दिसेल तुम्हाला. पुट म्हणजे तुम्हाला ठराविक प्राइसला विकायचा हक्क मिळतो. तो ऑप्शन तुम्ही विकत घेतला. ओके. आणि लास्ट म्हणजे प्रीमियम ऑप्शन. तो हक्कासाठी तुम्हाला किती पैसे द्यायला लागणार आहे हे प्रीमियम असतं. बिड आणि आस्क. तर हे जनरली तुमचं प्रीमियम या दोन्हीच्या मधलं असतं. कारण का बिड म्हणजे काय, जे विकत घेणार आहेत ते म्हणतात आम्ही तुम्हाला $14 देऊ या हक्कासाठी, आणि जे विकणार आहेत आस्किंग प्राइस ते म्हणतात आम्हाला $14.45 हवे. ओके. दॅट्स बिडिंग. म्हणजे मी बिड करतोय, मी $14.05 मला हक्क द्या, आणि ते विकणारे म्हणतात ना आम्हाला $14.45 हवे. जनरली यू विल गेट the price to be somewhere in the middle, bid आणि ask. त्याच्यात पण बरंच काय कॉम्प्लिकेशन्स असतात, पण for our purposes we'll leave that very simple. Okay. So प्रत्येक ऑप्शनला तुम्ही ऑप्शन घ्यायला गेला की तुम्हाला हे सगळ्या गोष्टी दिसतील अशा. So then you have to make a decision, right? की काय करायचं, घ्यायचं की नाही. कारण का ह्याचा अर्थ काय, तुम्ही $14 भरलेत तर हक्कासाठी, to be able to buy an option for at the strike price of 800, let's say next week. ह्याचा अर्थ शेअर प्राइस का $814 खाली असेल तर तुमचा लॉस होणार. कारण का तुम्ही $800 तुम्ही तो विकत घ्यायला मिळणार तो शेअर, आणि $14 तुम्ही भरल्यात प्रीमियम साठी. म्हणजे टोटल तुमचं कॉस्ट झालं पर शेअर $814. So you will have a loss as long as the price of the share is 814 or below. Okay. So
Question. So Vikram, hey, call and puts, you can buy and sell both calls and puts, right?
correct.
So if I'm buying a call, it means I'm optimistic that the price is going to go up. That's why I'm buying the call, right? But what is the situation in which somebody is selling the call? I never understood it. If the expectation is price is going to go up.
It's the exact opposite. So तुम्हाला बुल आणि बेअर म्हणजे माहिती आहे ना, बुलिश आणि बेअरिश.
Correct.
कोणाला माहिती नाहीये? सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे बुलिश आणि बेअरिश, राईट? Buying a call or selling a put is bullish. Buying a put, selling a call is bearish. That's it. कळलं ईश्वर?
Okay.
सो ज्याच्याकडनं तुम्ही विकत घेतात त्याला वाटतं की उलट होणार आहे.
Right. It is just the mindset.
It is a two sides to the trade. Or आता काय, हे व्हेरी सिम्पल आहे ना. त्याला पण असं पण असू शकतं, वाटू शकतं की त्याला कदाचित की मे बी तुम्हाला वाटत असेल, लेट्स जस्ट से एक्झाम्पल, आता आज 750 आहे, you think it's going to be 850, let's say, right? Or no, let's just say you think it's going to be 950. Are you buying a call for $900 strike price? Let's just say that. But somebody is selling you that 900. That's your question. But they may have bought an 850 call and they're selling you 900 because they think the price might be between 850 and 900. So it doesn't mean that they're necessarily bearish, but त्याचा काहीतरी वेगळा thesis असू शकतो.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's not black or white. But that's why, don't worry about the other guy, because their strategy could be completely different. Don't try to second guess what you're doing because someone else is selling you that. Their strategy could be completely different. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that. आणि काय प्रश्न आहेत या बेसिक ह्याच्यावर? That's it. सगळ्यांना कळलं?
ते जे हे जे activity आहे behind the scene, is there real stocks being sold or bought, or is just this hypothetical that the contracts being sold? Yeah, actual stock trading होते behind the scene, or is just the options is a separate activity than the actual trading of the
Sorry,
stock?
कोण आहे? हे कोण होतं?
Sachin.
Okay, Sachin. I'm not sure if I understand the question.
So तू एक stock घेतला टेस्लाचा आणि एक stock विकला, that's a pure stock trading, right? But तू option घेतला call or put, is there behind the scene the actual stock being traded?
No, it's just the option being traded.
It's just the option, right? Okay.
Yeah. But हे थोडं आता बरंच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड करतोय आता हे उत्तरांनी, पण just so you know, every time somebody is selling you an option, usually market maker म्हणजे काय माहिती आहे का कोणाला माहिती आहे market maker काय?
माहित नाही.
Okay. Market, generally you buy or sell directly to a market maker. तुम्ही अल्टिमेटली एंड पार्टी जे आहे बायर सेलर, तसं कधी होत नाही डायरेक्टली. असं होणार नाही. You know, Sachin, I'm gonna sell or sell from or to a market maker. आणि मार्केट मेकर मधलेचे असतात ते. आता ते मध्ये सगळी गडबड झालेली ना मध्ये रॉबिनहुडची. तर रॉबिनहुडचा मार्केट मेकर वॉज सिटाडेल. So for them it's Citadel. आपले सगळे जे फ्लो असतात ना, ऑर्डर फ्लो, that goes to a market maker. So when a market maker sells you a call, they have to hedge their bets. And to hedge their bets, because when they sell they're bearish, so to hedge their bets so that they're not completely caught off guard, they end up buying some stock so that they're hedging, right? So buying stock is bullish, selling calls is bearish. So they hedge there. So त्याच्यामुळे that induces a certain amount of stock trading because they're hedging.
Okay,
outside of that, there is no stock exchanging hands. Only time stocks exchange hands is when an option gets assigned at expiration.
Okay.
आणि काय प्रश्न?
आणि एक maybe to cover करशील, पण there is one strategy where to cover the risk of options, you sometime buy the call and buy the put or something like that, right? So that you might not make a lot of money, but you play safe. So what is that? That is what I've read about, but I want to understand more.
Like you said, we'll cover that. But
Okay, yeah.
प्रश्न असा आहे की आता जे काय बेसिक्स सांगितले ना, त्याचा काय प्रश्न आहे का?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
एकच मला सांगायचं होतं विक्रम, तुम्ही जेव्हा say bid price is 1405, it is per stock, but actually your cost to buy one contract is going to be $1,400.05, right?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to say.
Yeah. So सगळ्या prices असतात ना, सगळ्यात, that's always per share. Okay. So you have to multiply by 100.
Okay.
To make sure you know what your price or what your cost will be, or if you're selling, what's your premium that you'll collect. Okay.
Which platform you use, Vikram, for options?
Thinkorswim. There's no other better platform than Thinkorswim for options.
Oh, okay.
It's the best one. Unfortunately, we don't know if it will stay because of acquisition by Schwab.
So can you repeat the name of the platform, please?
Thinkorswim.
Thinkorswim.
TOS, yeah. Thinkorswim.
TD Ameritrade, right? Basically.
TD Ameritrade.
Okay.
Okay.
एक प्रश्न अजून एक खूप सिंपल प्रश्न आहे की जेव्हा तुम्ही कॉल्स बाय करता, म्हणजे आता when the price goes up before the expiration, right? Suppose $40, if you target for a $40 price increase, and before expiration it goes up, by $40, and you are buying those calls. So you are basically making. When are you making money? When in the calls? Or it's always you have to sell, or you put and then get the money out, or
no. The best thing to do is you should try and avoid getting assigned always, even if you made money, right? So let's just say आपल्या example मध्ये आज 750 आहे टेस्लाचा कॉल, ओके, आणि तुम्ही सपोज $800चा तुम्ही स्ट्राईक प्राइसचा ऑप्शन घेतलाय,
okay,
and you paid, let's say, $14 for it. So, and now बुधवारी पुढच्या आठवड्यात बुधवारी the price of Tesla suddenly jumps to, let's say, $860.
okay,
So then $814 was your break-even price, because 800 for the strike price, $14 for the premium. So your break-even price was $814. So it has to be at least that for you to not lose money.
okay,
but now it's 860. So you are now $46 in the money per share.
okay,
And if that's happened, it'll show on your options line how much. So it'll show how much money you've already made. So you could actually sell right away if you wanted to. Sell the call option on Wednesday as soon as it goes to 860, and whatever the difference is, you'll pocket the money and you're done.
okay, got it.
You don't have to actually buy the shares, hold on to none of that.
So basically, sell the call option. Buy the call option and then sell the call option when the price goes up.
Yeah, and guess what? The market maker is always there to buy and sell to you.
Perfect. Okay, got it. Thank you.
आणि काय प्रश्न?
मग तेव्हा प्राइस काय असणार, म्हणजे बीड अँड आस्क प्राइस म्हणजे?
हा, आता $14 आहे ना, you bought it for 14. And because you're $46 in the money and you're so close to expiration, chances are that it's going to be about $58 to $60 per share. So you make that difference.
But why someone will buy that then?
काय ते?
नाही, कोणी बाय का करेल ते? म्हणजे he will pay the $60 to buy that call.
Yeah.
And how he will make the money?
No, he won't. I mean, that's the thing, right? You shouldn't worry about the counterparty. There might be somebody who sold that option at some point, right? Somebody sold it to you.
Yeah.
So if they don't close it out, if they don't close out their option, they will be forced to find that stock and sell to you the stock. So rather than do that, they might just buy it back from you. Just they'll just buy it back and close out their losses. They'll have a loss, but they'll buy it back and they close the loss out. So it's not just then. So think about this. एक contract घेतला, $16, $46 profit झाला तुला per contract. So your profit now is 46, not per contract, per share. Your profit is then 46 times 100, $4,600. So
40, yes.
So whoever sold you that, their loss is $4,600.
Okay.
So on that particular contract, so it's easier to take that loss for them than to actually buy 100 shares of Tesla at 860 and then sell them to you at expiration, because then they need more capital to buy the 100 shares to sell to you. So tasa करायच्या आधी people will just take the loss and buy that option back. So it's not like it's not like नवीन कोण कशाला विकत घेईल? नवीन नाही, somebody is already sold, they're buying it back essentially. because they have to.
Okay, got it.
I think that's what Vikram said. Like the market maker might have a different strategy, or the people who's trying to buy your calls, they might be thinking that the stock will go to 960, and they'll just buy it, right?
Right. But exactly. Or somebody's already sold that to you, right? And they don't want to get in the business of buying the underlying shares, 100 shares. They just want to buy the option back to close out their position and stop it at $4,600 loss, right? If they have to find shares to sell you, that could be even bigger problem. So all I'll say, Chaitanya, is again, don't worry about the counterparty as to why they're doing what they're doing. You'll never make progress.
Yeah.
So I have a question. The expiration date, is that like a done date, or you can like extend that date by doing
So
something?
every contract has an expiration date on it. But what you can do is you can, sell that contract and buy another contract for a further expiration date. If you feel like, okay, it didn't get to this week, it'll get there next week. Then you're selling at a loss because it didn't get there this week, and you're buying another contract for the following week expiration date. So you're paying premium for that. So you roll it. It's called rolling up, rolling out. So you roll that contract. So you can do it, but the contract that you bought, that expiration date won't change. You're just basically saying, okay, I'm going to sell that contract.
So it's going to be a new contract. There's no way of extending the existing contract. Like you sell it and you get done with it, and then you buy a new one. And
but that it's done very quickly, especially on Thinkorswim. It's called rolling. It's almost like extending, but you have to pay for time, right? So I think this is getting a bit, maybe a bit too complex, but option pricing is very complicated. All right. It has a lot of different, and one of the things that makes that, the price of option calculates is the time to expiration. There's a lot of things that go. There's options Greeks. There's delta, gamma, rho, theta. So there's like all different things that actually influence option prices. The biggest influencers are three things. One is the underlying price, right, which is 750, 800, whatever. Second is the time to expiration. Kiti vel raha hai, expire wala. And the third is volatility. Swing kiti hota to option price. Share price. War khali kiti hota. Those are the three big things. But there are other things that influence option price. Okay. So the longer the time to expiration, the more you're going to pay over and above the standard premium. So for example, $800, so to the strike price ahead, at 750, right? You want $800. So there is a certain price that goes in. Let's just say $14. $14. Let's just say $14 of Dawela. That $14 may comprise of time value of money, which is the time it still requires to expire. So to like a same expiration, same strike price to like a contract getla to for expiration Friday, next Friday versus expiration 2 Fridays out. The 2 Fridays out for the same strike price for the same stock, everything else remaining the same, will be more expensive.
Oh, okay. So basically, like it will, like it, you don't. It will be like as when I try to like do that rollover or whatever that you're explaining. I'll essentially kind of pay as if like I bought it for the that time 2 weeks back or something. If I'm extending by a week.
Not 2 weeks back, but whatever time is left, right? But the thing is, what you're doing is you're getting credit. If you do it before your option expires, you're getting some credit back because you're selling that. So your cost is offset to buy the option for 2 weeks out. That cost is offset a little bit, by the option you're just selling, which is going to expire earlier, right? So you're still getting some money back from it, just not all of it. That's why you roll. So that's the way to extend it.
Okay. Now, I heard some of the discussion about like, what I don't want to get into why people are doing certain things or selling it to me or, buying it from me. But like when the option, basically when you get two options, I'm hearing, after, like, either you can sell your option at a profit and make some money, or you can get the option of actually you can use the option to actually buy the shares, right? And so say for example, like in the example that you gave, like $46 profit, instead of sharing my instead of like selling my option and making the $46, if I know that, say, Tesla is going to reach 1,000, say for example, just hypothetically, then I can just buy the shares at the 750, plus of course my cost will be plus 14.
You'll buy the share at 800 because that's your strike price. But okay, keep going.
No, in this one it was 750, right? Like,
sure. Okay, sure.
So so basically we're talking of whatever the strike price is, right? Plus the premium, that will be my cost basis for that. And then when I wait, I'll make a higher profit if I know it's going to go up if I buy the actual shares, right? If it goes up, that is, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But think about it, right? Is the whole point of options is to risk less and make more, right? So essentially, you by spending $14 on one share instead of $750, you were still able to capture the $46 price increase.
Okay.
So, but that now, when you buy those shares, suddenly your capital is tied up in 100 times 750, right? So $75,000, your capital is all tied up. So instead, you can just close out the option, sell it, make the money, and if you're so confident that it's going to go up again, buy another call option.
Okay, got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Vikram, can we say that option is one strategy? Buying a share is, we don't have to go through option process to buy the shares. If the price is strike price 800 and it's going to go to 1,000 in your eye, you buy the stock. Why do I buy option and go from there?
Oh, but there's so many reasons why. So, I mean, look, the biggest reason is how much capital do you want to be tied up? The pros and cons. Option made, your capital tied up is less, right? So your return on investment can be significantly higher. On one hand. On the other, all gains on options are short-term capital gains. So you're going to end up paying income tax on it. So the other side of it is, the last year my profits options, I paid income tax on it, not capital gains. 20% nahi income tax bharla, right? So that's part of your strategy, because whatever, let's just say you pay 34-35% income tax. So I paid 15% more on because there were options than I would have had they been long-term stock gains, right? Which is 20% capital gain. So there's a lot of things to consider. People use options because of many different reasons. So you need to figure out what your reason is to use options. That's it. Because options is an easy way to make a lot of money, and it's an easy way to lose a lot of money. Right. So I think the next example, I think this might actually help. I think we're already on there, but let's just talk about this. So call option, right? We talked about call. Owner has the right to buy. Option seller is obligated to sell if the strike price is met at expiration. Everybody good here?
Yeah.
So another example, let's say Amazon let's just say Amazon 3,300 call option expiration March 19. So the buyer of that option has the right to call that stock and hence purchase the shares. And then seller of that option will be obligated to sell the shares when called for that 3,300 price. It only matters if Amazon stock price is above 3,300 at the end of March 9th, I mean, at the end of expiration. But 3,300 plus the premium, okay? Now, I want to spend some time on puts and call something bolo. So on puts, owner has the right to sell at the strike price. Just like buying, he has the right to sell. And then the option seller is obligated to buy the stock if the strike price is met at expiration. Example. So it's opposite, right? I think the price of Amazon was 3,000 at the time. So call option 3,300, put option 2,800. So it's put strike prices are lower than the current price. So what this means is that if I buy that option, I think price of Amazon is going to go lower. So then I'll have the right, and a buyer of that option will have the right to put that stock and hence sell the shares of Amazon on or before March 19 for a price of 20. So this only works if the price of Amazon drops below 2,800. म्हणजे काय होतं? Because it's below 2,800, but you have the right to sell at 2,800, you're protected for any price movement downward below 2,800 because you have the right to sell at 2,800.
So, do we need to have that shares to sell the option, sell the put?
No. No, but that's what happens. So magashi vicharla na, why would anybody buy that? Why would anybody buy it back? Let's just say you have the, by the way, are you talking about selling the put or buying the put?
Selling the put.
So when you sell a put, this is an example of buying a put, okay?
Buying a put, okay.
But buying a put means buying the right to sell the shares.
Is it the second, I thought about auction seller, it is mentioning, it should be auction buyer.
Okay.
After the put, owner has the right to...
No. So the person who's buying the put has the right to sell the share, has the right to sell the share. So let's just take this example. Let's just say Amazon ची आता काय price आहे? Or someone tell me what's Amazon price today?
350.
Huh?
33.50.
33.50, right? Let's just say you bought a put for Amazon for 3,000 strike price. You bought a put.
Okay.
That means you have the right to sell Amazon stock for $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay. That only is profitable if Amazon stock goes below 3,000.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, so there are two things that can happen, right? There are two things that can happen in this case. One is, let's just say at expiration, the price of Amazon is 2,900, so which is below 3,000, your strike price. Okay. So either you sell that put back to whoever sold it to you or somebody else, you sell it back, sell the put because you made money. Just like you sold the call, you sell the put and you make money. The difference between strike price and current price of Amazon minus your premium.
Okay.
Okay. So you close that position, you make money. Okay. So you make money. Or you don't close it out, and then you will have the right then to sell that. So somebody's gonna have, because that's gonna be in the money. That put will be in the money. So you will, because you bought it, you have the right then to sell that stock for whatever $3,000. So that means that you have to buy that stock on the open market at the time of expiration for, let's just say it came down to 2,900, right? You buy that stock at the open market at 2,900, and then right away it gets sold that same day for 3,000. So you make $100 per share. That's how it happens. You have to buy that stock on the open market so you can actually sell it.
Okay.
You have to buy
Still
it.
you make the money then? Or?
Yeah, you still make the money, but it depends on what price you're able to buy it at. So instead of doing all this, that's already jug karache, you just sell the put because you can make the same money.
Yeah.
So Vikram, question, maybe a dumb question, I don't know, but let's say you bought a call option, okay, and now you are close to your expiry date, maybe few days before, and you are in profit. So this option is sitting in your account. So I can just sell the same option, or
Yeah.
I have to buy a separate contract with sell.
No. You
Okay.
have the contract. You're the owner of that contract.
Okay.
So you just sell that contract and you make the difference of the price you paid versus the price you got.
Oh, okay. So say same contract you are selling, basically
Same.
TDA provides you the option to sell it. It's not a new contract that you are selling.
No.
Okay.
So is it called means buy to open and buy to sell? Buy
No,
to
so
close?
buy to open, right? And sell to close.
Sell to close.
Yeah. You're
So
opening a
buy
position.
to open and buy to close.
No. Buy to open and sell to. When you buy something, you open the position by buying something. And when you sell that, you're closing that position. Or if you sold an option, that's different altogether. If you sold an option instead of buying it. So Hichamade, you are the owner, right? You are the buyer here. You're the buyer here. Okay, look at the screen, right? You look at the buyer here. You're the buyer. If you're on the other side of the transaction where you're the seller of an option, not the buyer, but the seller of an option, then it will show up as sell to open. And when you're trying to close that, it'll say buy to close.
Buy to close.
It depends on what you know, if you're buying or if you're selling. That's what matters.
So Vikram, usually, I mean, I know you do a lot of transactions. I see those other groups where you send a lot of things there. But do you play around the same stocks over and over, or every time you find the new?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I think it's best that you kind of hone in on one stock and learn from it and understand the price action, so that you know how much does it move in a day, in a week. Once you get to know that stock well, that's when you really are really you're better off trading options on that stock because you know the fundamentals. Price कशी what is profitability किती है हे सगळं you get to know that stock well, and then it becomes kind of second nature to go in and out of options for that stock. So that's typically how it usually works. You can always keep adding to the list of stocks you trade options on, right? But
Yeah,
you need to, you need to kind of have, but think about this. The problem with anytime you get assigned stocks such as Amazon, this is where it gets very dicey, right?
correct.
I mean, Amazon is $3,000, so one contract is $300,000 if it gets assigned to you. One contract, right? So you need
Correct.
to pick your pick the ones that you feel comfortable about, and definitely that's where the next one, right? Next आता हे बघ, option strategies, just some basic ones, right?
Mhm.
पहिले म्हणजे we just talked about just plain buying and selling, right? Just buying. So you don't need much. I mean, the good thing about, I'm just gonna go back here. The good thing about buying is that you know how much you're gonna lose. If you lose everything, is what you spent on buying it. That's the only thing you're gonna lose
Correct.
when you buy. Okay. It's when you start selling options is when you have a chance to lose a lot more. But one of the strategies is to control how much you may or may not lose is called covered calls. Okay, so this is when you're selling an option, but you sell an option for a stock that you already have 100 shares of. So let's say you have 100 shares of Tesla, and Tesla was 750, right? So that's $75,000 worth of Tesla shares you already have. In which case you may sell one call option on Tesla, depending on the strike price you want to pick. And the worst case scenario there is you get assigned that, and that stock, you end up having to sell your 100 shares to whoever bought that option at expiration. That's the worst case scenario.
Correct. I don't have to put all that money from my pocket. My stocks will be gone though.
It's already there. I think somebody had asked that question earlier. I forgot who. Maybe it was Uday who asked that question. Either Uday or I forgot who it was. The question they asked was, well, why not just buy the? Huh? Sachin over there. Okay, why not just buy the stock? If you know it's going to go to 1,000, buy the stock. Why bother with all this? So if you already have stock, then one way to increase your yield or reduce your cost of stock is to keep selling covered calls. So figure out which of your stocks you have 100 of.
Right. Yeah.
And then go say the sell
Right.
the
Right.
call, right?
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is you end up selling. The problem is that then you'll end up, you end up paying the taxes on it, right? Because you sold that for a profit, then you pay capital gains tax on it.
Yeah.
If you just kept it, it would have appreciated, but it would have been unrealized gains. But when you sell options and you get called and assigned, those are realized gains. So you pay taxes. Okay.
Correct.
But that's covered call. This is really, really good to reduce your cost of ownership for any stock. But you need at least 100 of those shares. But you can keep doing this over and over. Worst case scenario, you lose the stock. Okay. Now, मला झालंय असं. Right? I mean, the flip side is you should be ready to ready to buy that stock back really quickly if it's going to keep moving up, right? So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or just close out, or just take a loss on your covered call, buy it back and take a loss. Correct. Because you're going to have a loss on that option. You sold that option. Let's just say you sold the option, let's just say for $5 premium. And because now the price has gone up past your strike price that you sold it for, the cost of that option is going to be more than $5. So for you to buy it back, you're going to have a loss.
Right.
On options, because you sold that option, right? Not bought it. So you can take that loss, which is not bad. If your unrealized keeps going up and you realize is a loss, that's not bad. You can offset it for other gains, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of things to consider here. So, all right. So that's one. Second is, we talk about long calls or puts, right? Basically, if you're confident of a directional move, you just buy calls or buy puts, right? Third is spreads. I think this is what you're getting at earlier. Somebody, I think it was maybe Sachin. This is the spread, right? So you buy, let's just say you're confident about tomorrow, just like a call, buying a call, but instead of just buying a call, to reduce your cost of that overall trade, you sell a call for the same expiration date, but at a higher strike price. So आपण मगाशी म्हटलेलं Tesla, right now is 750. We said we buy a call at 800, and maybe you want to sell a call at 850. But when you sell a call, you collect the premium for selling that call. That lowers your cost of buying that 800 call. But it also means that your gains are going to be kept. So if the stock goes beyond 850, it doesn't mean anything to you because you sold that call of 850, right? but this is one way to reduce your cost even further, and profiting by the spread between those strike prices. Okay.
So we will make profit only if that spread, the strike price is between that spread.
Correct. Actually, not just between, it's between the actual stock prices, between your break-even price and the short call strike, right? So this can be a bit tough. This can be a bit complex. So I don't know. याच्यात काय प्रश्न आहेत का कोणाला? Spread मध्ये.
Or covered call, so it will be strike price will be above or the below your current price?
No. I mean, why would you sell a call for a price lower than what you already have?
Okay.
Right? Then it's a loss.
It is not covered put or something, or
no, there is no such thing as a covered put, right?
Okay.
The reason it's covered call, the reason it's covered call is you already have the 100 shares, so there is no incremental risk. There's no such thing as a covered put. There are cash secured puts, which is like selling puts basically.
Okay.
But that's unlimited risk, right? All the way down to zero. If the stock goes to zero, all that is your risk. So if you sold puts in Tesla for, let's say, $600, right? And the stock went to 400, you lost $200 per share.
Yes. And so covered call will be Tesla 750, it will be 800, 850, 900. Like
it could be whatever, yeah. But you're selling it, you're making that premium, you're getting the money because you're giving somebody the right to buy Tesla at 800 or 850. So you're making that money.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay, and last is basically naked selling, right? Which is what we just talked about. Naked selling means the risk is completely unlimited. So, oops. So if I'm just gonna move this here again. So if you sold a put, just to your point, right, for Tesla at a 650 with an expiration, and the Tesla goes to 500, then you lose 150 per share, 100 shares per contract, $15,000, just like that.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge with naked. So stay away from selling naked puts or spread. One of the things you could think about is maybe selling a spread, right? Just like you buy a spread, you could sell a spread. So in this instance, if you sold the 650 and you bought, let's just say 550, then you define your risk. Your risk is only $100 per share. So 100 times 100, which is 10,000. No matter what happens, even if the stock price goes to 200, you only lose that $100 per share because you sold it at 650 strike price and you bought another one at 550.
Okay.
So the difference in that is your maximum risk. So you've controlled your risk when you sold the spread instead of selling it naked.
General question होता म्हणजे do we need to monitor continuously or it is like you depend something and check in once or two times a week?
Well, it all depends on how close to expiration it is, how volatile the stock is, right? I will tell you, I check more than one time a day. But there are some stocks, there are other options called leaps, right? Which is longer dated equity type options. So they are like a 1 year out, in which case you don't need to worry about them on a daily basis. But more often than not, people are going to be, because nobody really knows what's going to happen in 3 months, let alone a year. So you need to look at them pretty frequently because these things move. If you're not used to volatility, if you feel like moving a 1 to 5% move for you is too much, don't get into options.
Okay.
this thing is going to move crazy. So one of the best things to do is get onto TD Ameritrade, and they have get the Thinkorswim platform, but they also have a so you can play with real money, which is yours, or you can play with paper money. Everything else is the same except the money. So you get a chance to do whatever mistakes you think you can make and not have any ramifications or the gains, but you get to learn. So they have a paper money. You can just go paper money.
So only opening account is sufficient for that playing, or do you need to put some money? Like
No. You don't need anything. Put any money. I think if you have an account, that's all it takes.
Okay.
Vikram, is it possible to show a call option, like how to put it on the Thinkorswim platform?
Yeah. Hang on.
Okay. Thank you.
Not only buy but sell also, both the transactions.
Yeah. So let me just I'll share something else. So this is Thinkorswim paper money. Okay. दिसतंय तुम्हाला?
Yes.
All right. So let's just say we're talking Tesla, right? So by the way, this is too much for a newcomer to, so you need to get used to this platform first, okay? But for the time being, we'll just go with this for now, okay? So from another Tesla, right? So I'm gonna put in Tesla here, okay? So data, it's pulling up the data. So this is what they call an options chain. So याच्यामध्ये I think मिथिला तू विचारलेला प्रश्न आधी हे extend करू शकतो का? So these are all the different option expiration dates that are out there. Okay. So let's just say we want to pick the next week. So this 5 is the days to expiration. Okay, the matlab days until last expiration. Shares per contract. Okay, that's what this is. And then you can see the price, current price is 739.78. So the puts that are at the money start at 735, which is lower than 739 and go below. And the calls that are higher than 739 start at 740 and go higher. Okay. So this is the strike price. So you can buy a 740 strike Tesla option that expires Friday for $21.35. So if you buy that, it means you expect the price of Tesla to be at least $761.35 by Friday.
761, yeah.
Right? And bid and ask price. So this is bid and ask. So the good thing about Tesla and the other heavily traded options is that the bid and ask prices are closer together. The ones that are not heavily traded, they tend to be very wide, and that's the problem. You should stay away from those. Okay.
How much difference should we means compatible? For compatible level, what should be the difference? Like in the cents, it should be or below dollar.
Cents. Cents is the best thing to do. Cents is the best. If it goes above a dollar and stuff, I mean, there are usually formulas for that. But as a general rule, I mean, like you see here, right? This is in cents. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say, so in Thinkorswim, all you have to do, that's the beauty about this platform, is all you have to do is I'm pointing here. I just click on this. So you see this, right? Asking price, that's buy. Bid is selling price, that's sell. So if I just click on this, that's 2135, it'll immediately open a window, an order window. And it populates everything for you. Buy one contract, Tesla, 23rd April, 740 strike, call, price 2135. And that's a limit order. Okay. I don't do any market orders anymore. I just do limit orders, which is If I get this price, that's great. If I don't want to pay. Okay, and that's it. And then you say confirm and send, then it'll show you max profit is infinite because it could go anywhere. Max loss is the cost of the transaction for you, which is the premium you're paying, right? Remember, 2135, right, times 100. So that's your $22,135. Plus there is a commission, 65 cents. Okay, and that's how much you end up. And then you just send, boom. And when you send it, it'll show up here as a working order. So price 2135. It's actually at 2125, the mark, which is the midpoint of bid and ask. Okay. And then, as soon as the price is met, it'll be filled. When it's filled, it'll show up under filled orders.
So this work during market hours only, or standard hours?
No. Well, options are all market hours. Okay. That's how you do this. And then, if so here, I don't know. I don't think I have any options here, but in this, I don't use this anymore. But if I had options, right, then all you have to do is sell it. So to sell, you just say, see, create closing order. Right click on this, create closing order, sell.
Oh, okay, it's easy.
Yeah, it's super easy, super easy. That's it. And then, if you think you want to roll it, because we don't have a position yet, right? So if you want to roll it, so Mithila, back to your question, if you want to roll it, then you can just right click. Hey, right? Analyze, close, analyze. It's a roll name. There's no option. Anyway, so right click, it'll say roll. It'll give you the options to roll, and then it says, you can change the strike price, you can change the expiration date, and then it'll show you how much it's going to cost you to roll. And if you feel like that's good, and then you hit send.
Vikram, I'm just looking at your closing and the say alphabets to be at the close killer. So it tells you the price. Hello?
Voila.
Yeah. Okay. Alphabets, to me, you want to close that, and then the market price was 22.96. It's going to do that, right? 22.95. But your profit and loss is 505, right? Right now.
That's for the day. Okay.
Okay. So whatever it doesn't. So what will, if I sell that? If you sell that 22.95, what will show my net profit on this trade?
No. Hey, Jana, just so you know, the way this is structured, you got the instrument quantity, days, if it's an option.
Okay.
Trade price, which is what the price you bought it for.
Right.
And the current price.
Uh-huh.
And then the P&L open is the difference between the current price and the price you bought it for times the quantity.
Okay.
So that's how, if you sell it now, that's how much you will make.
Okay.
On this. Just so you know, this is paper money.
That's a good amount of money, but I like it too. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So
this is how much you'll make if you sell it.
If I close it, this is how my sale price will be. And,
right. And option la पण तुम्हाला दाखवेल. तुम्ही मगाशी आपण म्हणत होता की hey, so you will get to see here under P&L open.
Okay.
की त्या ऑप्शन में तुम्हाला प्रॉफिट मिळतोय का लॉस होतोय? प्रॉफिट मिळतो तर किती होतोय? त्या लॉस होतं किती आहे?
Okay.
So that way you can just sell it. If it's profitable, it'll show you whatever $3,000. You sell it, you make that 3,000.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
पण ह्याच्यामध्ये, I mean, this is the excellent. कारण ह्याच्यामध्ये the best thing is that you can link all these. So हे जे आहे ना, टेस्ला टाकलं नाही इथे. हे दिसतंय तुम्हाला symbol link. So you can link everything. So hey, analyze tab, right? If I link this, let's say using red, it'll pull up Tesla. Market watch. I can link red, so it'll pull up Tesla again. Charts, it's red. So एका ठिकाणी मी टाकलं, then it can show me options chains.
Okay.
It can show me the fundamentals and the analysis, right? इथे आता हे fundamentals आहे. It shows me काय ratings काय आहेत. Then it shows me what type of business it is. Then it shows me, earnings per share, profitability, ratios, financial ratios, valuation. Why is the valuation what it is, right? So and then it basically shows this. So it also shows you this. What's the valuation comprised of, right? So this is automotive, energy. These are the different segments for revenue. So all you have to do is connect everything, and then charts, right? So माझं हे मी setup केलं इथे different trends here, but
criteria allowed. Yeah.
But the beauty is that as soon as I change one here, let's just say I want to look at Amazon.
It gives you the whole thing.
So it shows me Amazon charts, but then it shows me Amazon option chain, right? Because it's all connected. So I can go through it, analyze, understand Amazon's basics and fundamentals, right? It shows me everything, right? Web services, North America, international, blah, blah. So I have everything at my fingertips to make a decision on where to go and where to exit. That's the beauty of this. This is really good. Okay.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
So hopefully it's helpful. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Vikram.
Thank you, Vikram.
You're welcome. Good luck, guys, and happy trading.
Thank you, Vikram. Yeah, everyone, if you have any other questions, please post on the group and we will have some expert to answer it.
Vikram, thank you.
Sure.
Hey, thanks, Vikram. Thanks,
Thank you.
Chaitanya.
Bye.